We're at Chicagoland and we're under the lights. It's time for the first race of the 2021 Panasonic Light Series season. 38 drivers lined up for practice and qualifying, and the results have been mixed. A few underdog teams up at the front, and a few extreme powerhouses at the back due to problems in practice. Many mechanical failures as the team worked the cobwebs out of their cars, lining up on the grid now, hoping that those gremlins have been moved out and they're ready to race. There's a few new faces on the grid as well as some returning ones moving down from the Sunoco Pro Series. We'll get to that during the race. And we also have a whopping 6 mechanical failures in practice, 5 drivers moving to the back. One of them was able to get resolved. That was the 80 of Brandon Krasta. They got that resolved. And now, as we line up for the grid, we've got a rookie on pole in Colton Treslin in the number 09 car. And alongside him was supposed to be Gerard Aron, but due to a catastrophic engine failure, he's going to start all the way at the back, and that moves Patrick Smith up into the second spot in his brand new seat at the newly rebranded Roger Racing, formerly Dow DuPont. A couple new teams on the grid that we'll probably get to during the broadcast. Ian Masterson Racing, a rebranded team because of a buyout, Atlantic Coast Incorporated, and I believe Nathan Ormond Motorsports is returning after a hiatus as well. And frankly, I'm a bit excited because these PLS cars always know how to put on a good show. And with a whopping 38 of them out on the field today, anything's possible. And we could get a new winner today with 7 rookies in the field as well. So enough of the pre-race talk. Let's get to the show and go for 56 laps here at Chicagoland Speedway. All right. And the pace car has rolled off of the pit lane. Colton Treslin and Patrick Smith are on the front row. I'm joined with a guest commentator, which will be a rotating thing this season. And it is time to rumble here at Chicagoland. What are your thoughts on who do you think's going to surprise everybody today?
I know how Treslin has been down in the lights these last few years. He's on and off. If he can dial it in today, he could definitely win this race. But my main focus is on that 87 there on row 2. On Jack, known for doing great things.
All right, well, enough pre-race, enough build-up. It's time for the season to begin. The 2021 Panasonic Light Series is green. We're underway at Chicagoland. Colton Treslin gets a huge jump out, and the rookie on debut leads them down into turn number 1. Cole Scott looking for second immediately on Patrick Smith.
Excellent start from the 09. That's exactly what you want to do on lap 1. Get low and stay in front.
3x3 through the midfield, almost 4 wide back there. The 60 of Stefan Robbins clearing up right in front of Jacques Benyako.
Don't want to do that.
And Benyako's teammate Josef Maldonado diving down to the inside 3, and he makes that look easy as the entire back of the field is utter chaos as we complete the first lap today. And it is the rookie Colton Treslin leading lap number 1.
Cole Scott in tow, looking for a win to start the year. Great for him.
4 wide! On the inside,
Don't do that.
The number 10, Ryan Reed. Somehow, someway, they've kept it without contact so far. But if they keep this going, turns 3 and 4 is kind of a choke point for battles like that.
Oh, it's bad. Cole Scott going for the lead as well.
Cole Scott to the bumper of Colton Treslin. Oh, trouble in the back. Nope. They saved it. Oh, Nathan Ormond got hooked. Somehow, someway, nobody shoots back up the track. And Cole Scott is down the inside for the race lead.
That was an excellent save by the 18. Great welcome gift back to the series for Ormond.
Oh, bad run on the top from Alexa Lake. Completely herself and Patrick Smith holding in contact as Smith gets into the back of Alexa Lake. Looks to be fed up with the fact that he got completely held up there, and they're stuck on the top at the moment.
He thought about doing 4 wide for a moment, but he knew that just was not going to work.
Teammates battling.
Backed out.
Ryan Reed down the inside of Priya McShane. More 4 wide off of turn 2. And it is Smith taking it forward with Alexa Lake.
Oh, he's going for it this time. This is very dangerous.
Alexa Lake like a fish out of water right now. Still stuck on the top 4. Almost in the wall currently. And miraculously they're going to keep it out of contact for the moment being. I cannot believe they didn't squeeze into each other right there.
How we have not wrecked yet is beyond me. This has been chaos near the back of the field.
Still 4.
I think I just heard someone scrape the wall. I'm not sure.
It's tight. If somebody did it, it's marginal. Still 4 wide into turn 3. Big dive from Eugene DeMax in the
Oh,
wall,
the
the
six.
6.
That's Brett.
Brett Moma in the wall. He's going to drop completely to the back. And is that going to put any damage on the right side door of that car? He's already going to have to regain speed here from that wall contact.
It's a long ways to go now. How's the front? How's Cole Scott holding up?
Cole Scott has gotten the lead, but Treslin is not letting him go yet. In fact, he seems to be reeling him back in. But man, Ford must be proud with their program right now because Ryan Reed and Priya McShane have completely sliced and diced through their way through the top 10 and are now 3rd and 4th.
And the Honda's in tow looking for position as well.
Still utter chaos in the midfield as some of the higher ranked cars trying to move their way up the grid and some of the lower equipment and lower expectation teams that qualified up high drifting their way to the back. Way high goes Haley Takoto. Somehow she doesn't hit the wall.
Oh my god. Runner-up in the Lights Championship last year. And there is the reigning champ, I believe that is, Brendan Barnes.
Brendan Barnes under pressure from Michael Canaday through 3 and 4. We've got more 4 wide in the back.
Oh, y'all can't be doing this!
They are testing the limits. Some of them have never had to test the limits like this before, but now they're going to. Big move from Onjak.
Yeah, there he is. Onjak, a really big title contender from last season. Gonna have his big chance this year to go for the championship. He's probably one of the people slated to go for it the most.
And look at that. Talk about getting held up at the start. Patrick Smith and Alexa Lake have fallen almost all the way to the back of the field.
Kenny Moma is down here as well with his brother.
Roger Racing with a terrible start because Crasta's the highest one in 24th.
Oh, Colton really wants this.
Treslin back up to the rear. It looked like he got caught napping on the start by the more experienced Cole Scott, but now that he seems to have gotten into a rhythm, he's pulled right back up on the back of the Mazda.
Oh, this could be his chance right here in 1 and 2.
Huge run down the front straightaway. Will he take it high or low? You have to go low, don't you?
Yeah, low is much better. He doesn't. He's gonna stay patient.
He's running a slightly higher groove through the corner here, trying to arc it out to get a higher speed off. But look at Priya McShane approach this battle.
That's the 27. That's Joseph Maldonado.
That is Maldonado. Great run for him, looking for 5th on Ryan Reed.
Fantastic run. I think, oh my god, he peaked for a moment for the lead, but he didn't go for it.
No, Treslin is being very patient, which is not something I expected from a rookie making his debut. Look at Onjak.
Oh, that looked like a little bit of a mistake.
He looks like he overdrove the corner, but then he gets the huge run off the corner to stay ahead of Priya McShane. I think that might have been strategy, because now he pulls right back up to Treslin.
Might be exploring new lines, seeing what he can do. Treslin's doing it as well.
That looked like a mistake from Treslin to me.
That looked like a mistake, actually, yeah.
Onjak to the bottom. McShane even lower! And somehow, some way, they don't meet at the front straight. But unbelievable. Priya McShane is still taking it to the bottom 3 wide.
She had an absolutely fantastic run last season for her own team and was given this shot, and she wants to take it.
And Cole Scott probably is loving this looking in his rearview mirror right now.
Yep.
And we got some more battles going on in the midfield, but it looks like they finally stopped doing 4 wide.
They calmed down a bit.
We've got a Mazda leading the field, and we've got a Mazda at the back of the field. Bad start from Madeline Adkins in the 11.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, up front, chaos. Priya McShane has completed the pass for 2nd, and Onjak and Treslin fight for 3rd.
Closes the door, can start going after Cole Scott in the lead.
Mr. Where did he come from? Charles Sanford up into 7th.
Won a race last year. Maybe he wants to win another this year.
He always seems to do that, doesn't he? He just finds a place where he's just like, yep, this is my weekend. Oh, contact! Oh my god, Ryan Griffin turned Sanford into the side of Michael Canaday, and I don't believe they didn't crash there. That was crazy.
It would have been a very rare incident in which Michael Canaday was getting wrecked and not the one doing the wrecking.
Oh, speaking of Canaday, his teammate Xavier Rain Jr. thought about looking onto the apron on Brandon Barnes right there.
Barnes shuts him off, and it protects that inside big time.
That was a very defensive move from Barnes there. Meanwhile, Priya McShane has caught Cole Scott for the race lead.
What a performance. We all thought that she had something. No one expected this.
McShane,
she did stand in for Fitzwater for a few races a few years ago, though.
Arcing the corner. Pulling up to the back of Cole Scott. Huge run of momentum. She's got to make the move. She's got such a run. She has to carry this. She goes down inside.
And there it is.
Priya McShane making it look easy on the bottom against Cole Scott, but Scott's fighting back. He's got a pretty stout machine underneath him.
That Stone Ocean doesn't give up.
No, it doesn't.
But I think I'll have to concede the position here.
What a corner entry from Ryan Reed.
And
Entered
a really
the
bad
picture.
corner for Colton.
Cole Scott loses the lead to Priya McShane, and Onjak has crept his way into the top 5 without us even noticing.
He was up there before, and he slowly dropped back. He's getting back into it, and that's the alien.
That's Kevin Moore pulling up there, and their teammate Brandon Barnes is starting to feel a little bit of rookie struggles right now. He is getting absolutely swamped. He's lost 11th, 12th, and 13th, and maybe even
DJ
14th
Curtis?
to DJ Curtis, who's having an exceptional drive, being followed by Gerard Oran.
That is the worst car on the grid, that number 5, and he is bringing
Bobo
it to the top
Jones!
15 right now. Oh, there's another SPS veteran. 3 SPS veterans are back to back to back here. That's Curtis, Oran, and Jones.
And Yuki Tamura is trying to keep them all back at the moment. Oran takes it 3.
He was last, wasn't he?
Oran started from the rear due to an engine failure in practice.
And he's in the top 15. He has
what a switchback from Bobo Jones back to the bottom.
Jones, Jesus.
Bobo trying to make it the Bobo Jones show. As Michael Canaday looks down the inside of Yuki Tamura down into turn number 1. Oh, Jones looks to have overdrove the corner. No, that was strategic. He carries so much more speed on the top. And we've got 3 wide now with Keith Stevens looking to the bottom.
That's another S3 car. The other one.
Oh, Crasta! Into the right rear of Keith Stevens. Somehow they don't have a massive accident.
That could have been dangerous. That could have caused a very early season injury.
As meanwhile, back up front, Priya McShane is under pressure from Cole Scott, but Cole Scott is under major pressure from McShane's teammate, Ryan Reed.
What a performance from these two. These two are on a roll right now.
Ryan Reed. Man, these 2 cars have been so fast. They started at the tail end of the top 10 and have just sliced and diced their way. And it's now a 1-2 for the 2 teammates, Priya McShane and Ryan Reed.
And that's a rookie, too.
Yes.
That is his first career PLS start, and he is on the podium with his teammate.
Man, no pace from Patrick Hollop. Started at the rear, is continuing at the rear, just ahead of Nathan Ormond. And Kenny Moma not carrying as much momentum as we thought he might coming into the season with that new CrowdStrike funding. Big send from Xavier Rain on Ryan Griffin.
Ryan Griffin. These two also were near the title last season. Are expected to be in the title this season and are somewhat close to the front right now.
Ryan Reed for the lead. On teammate Priya McShane. Are we about to have a second rookie lead this race?
He might be en route to try to go for a rookie win here.
It happens less often than you think. Most of the time, drivers with the experience, normally the experience pays off, but Priya's got no mid-corner. Priya's got no mid-corner pace. And Cole Scott's trying to take advantage of Reed being held up. We might have a 3 wide into turn 1 moment here. No, Scott goes on his own.
Reed.
Cole Scott doing whatever he can to try and break these 2 up.
Oh, the Monaco Hondas are coming.
Yes, they are. Onjak and Moore. Colton Treslin, your pole sitter, starting to fade.
Xavier Rain Jr. also on the way. Got through Griffin, and it's now looking on Treslin.
And Todd Roush on Ryan Griffin.
It's another rookie.
Rookies galore right now. Yeah, it looks like Treslin, not used to the longer distance races, starting to fade towards the end here.
Reed seems to be in the zone right now once we get into the longer run.
Yeah. Hollop has dropped to last.
Oh, what a shame.
And I believe the 95 of Alexa Lake is reporting a vibration on the left rear.
Could be the cause of her falling back at the start.
So, obviously something they're going to want to rectify when they get to the pits, but it doesn't seem like something that should be affecting the performance. Meanwhile, back out front, Cole Scott has cleared Ryan Reed and has created sort of a air bubble between Priya McShane and her teammate now. But all that's doing is bringing Onjak and Moore in.
Bring up that ticker, because we should probably get a solid look at. Doesn't work? Ah, some technical problems. Very nice.
Mid-corner speed from Ryan Reed is unbeatable right now.
He is very nice in the corners, but Onjak is looking quick.
Onjak is very quick. At the moment, the fastest car on the racetrack, or at least in the top 10, is Peter Onjak. He ran a 30-second flat. Look at that top. Actually, that was a mistake. He lost a ton of speed doing that.
Yeah.
He was experimenting with his lines, I think, right there, and it completely cost him. And Cole Scott, back up to the rear of Priya McShane. He's picked up some of that cornering speed again. Maybe he was saving his stuff in the early run.
What, lap 27 here?
Yep, it'll be lap 27 this time by it. We should be expecting pit stops within the next 10 laps.
Interesting to see because the tires are going to start falling here.
Yeah,
they probably already have fallen.
They're about a second and a half off of their early pace right now.
Mm-hmm. That's what you would expect to see.
The undercut has been so powerful here, but you leave yourself vulnerable for a late race caution should one happen.
The undercut is the greatest strategy. It's just who calls it first.
The only risk of the undercut, there's not very many, because if you undercut, you're in the preferred strategy, is a late race yellow. The only way that your strategy might not work out is if there's a late race yellow. If it goes green the whole way... What's that?
You are pretty safe, but the biggest factor I would say is just not even a late race caution, but the late race in general, since your tires are just going to be obviously worse than everyone else when you get to the end.
For sure.
And if someone has caught you, you are at a complete disadvantage.
It's just like Golden State. Golden State is another track I think of that has a really high tire wear, and if you undercut, you're a sitting duck at the late race if someone catches you.
So people don't want to jump too early, because if you jump really early, yeah, you might even jump to the lead if you're around where Gerardo Ron is. But by the end of the race, you're probably going to be like 4/10 slower than everyone else.
Yeah, Gerardo Ron, though, up to 13th, pretty much from the back of the field. Great run.
That's what you'd expect out of one of the 4 people who's competed in every single SPS, or tried to compete in every single SPS race to date. Has attempted them, that's the word.
Yes, indeed. As we look towards our midfield, Alexa Lake is finally starting to climb back up to the top half. She's dealing with Brandon Krasta and Hideki Sakuda at the moment. Sakuda, another driver who started from the rear, having a much better run than his teammate, Patrick Holub.
Yeah, Holub is just struggling. Is he still last?
Let's give that a little look-see. Yes, behind the, man, good lord. Behind the 2 teammates, Stefan Robbins and Julio Cesar.
Oh, that team is not doing well.
No, Patrick Holub, there must have been more wrong than we thought with that car from practice, and they must have just not been able to get it all resolved in time for the race. Wow, these 2 teammates are having a fight like it's for their lives right now.
Yeah, this is a surprisingly good fight.
And a surprisingly bad race for Kenny Moma, being beat by brother Brett at the moment.
Yeah.
And Brett's been in the wall.
Rookie Brett Moma up here finally with his brother.
Brandon Barnes struggling as well. He's dropped all the way to 23rd. He's made up a position there, but he was up battling for the top 10 earlier.
Yeah, his long run pace. A lot of the junior guys are finally learning that your short run pace isn't the most important thing anymore.
New second place driver, Ryan Reed.
Ryan Reed seems to be the only rookie from the junior series who has dialed it in.
But they might have been doing some off-season practice to make sure he wouldn't make that mistake. Because, honestly, you gotta prepare for stuff like that when you come into a new series. You know, every time you move up a rank, there's gonna be a new challenge, and you gotta adapt. Because if you don't, you're just gonna be stuck falling down the order like pole sitter Colton Dreslin is. He is half a second off the pace right now compared to every other car around him.
Yep. And now Michael Canaday is gonna be the next one to go for him here. This is to knock him out of the top 10.
Yep. Oof, defensive from Kreslin there. Kevin Moore under major pressure from a surprising Josef Maldonado.
Oh, Josef, man, he actually has some great pace right now. This is his sophomore year in the Light Series. He has something to prove.
Pit stops, bunch of back markers undercutting.
Oh,
Patrick Smith and Gerardo Ron, just as you predicted.
That's funny. I had mentioned Gerardo Ron pitting first.
Elijah Innes, Brett Moma, Stefan Robbins, and Madeline Atkins, and the rest of the leaders seem to be coming in next time by.
Yeah, you have to respond. You can't leave it for another lap. If you do,
Colton Treslin with a late pit call. What a pit entry from the rookie.
Almost missed the line.
Did anybody stay out an extra lap? It does. No one. Not a soul. This could be dangerous, though. Pit road collisions happen from time to time.
Yeah, they do. It could be very dangerous here. But everyone enters the stall.
Reed gets held up by his teammate coming into his stall. Oh,
And
look out,
everyone
Xavier
now
Rain.
cycle. Oh, Xavier Rain got completely held up by the exiting
Patrick
car.
Holub just missed his pit stall back there. Patrick Holub has missed his pit stall. So he is effectively done for now as they try to get that car refired in the pits.
There's the 19. Where's the 3?
Look at Maldonado!
Where's Gerard Ron on pit exit here?
We're looking for Gerard Aron and Patrick Smith.
That was a great stop from Priya.
Nowhere to be seen. There they are.
Cars are still warming up. Oh, he still gained.
Oh, that is a major undercut, yeah.
That's
just
a
one
big
lap
gain.
undercut. That was just one lap of undercut. If you had stayed on the second lap, you would effectively tossed yourself into the bottom
Yeah, that's
10.
second place.
No, that's going to be
No, it's
fourth
third.
for Gerard Aron.
Fourth
Patrick
and
Smith
fifth.
into the top 5 as well because of that. But that's one lap older tires now that they're going to have to deal with later in the race.
Maldonado had a fantastic stop.
Versus Cole Scott for the second position.
The two Mazdas fight for second.
Aron with
Priya
huge
is
speed.
gone. His tires are warm.
But
He's
look
got a
at the
full head
pit
of
stop
steam.
that Priya McShane and co must have gotten. Engine problem for Elijah Innes.
Where's that car?
It's a minor engine problem, but he's 16th. That's heartbreaking for the 68.
Oh,
It looks like he's
gotta-
down a cylinder. It's not something terminal.
he's not going to pit, I don't think, no.
And just when we thought
He's
Alexa
just gonna keep
Lakesday
running.
could not get any worse,
The worst pit stop.
last of the drivers who pitted. And of course, Patrick Holub, who is they're still trying to get that car situated at the moment. So just that day, it was already gone to waste, but now it's even more. Joseph Maldonado under pressure from Gerard
Bad
Aron
one.
for second. Aron is the fastest car on the racetrack by half a second.
This is a last to first challenge right now for Gerard Ron, and he's making the most of it.
Has Gerard Aron ever won anything in ISCRO sanctioning?
No. He's competed. He has attempted every single Pro Series race in history. He has never won a race. And in his debut race in the Light Series, that is P2.
Let's see the lap time differences. Priya McShane ran a 29.3 last time versus Aron's 29 flat. It's about the same, 29.3 versus a 29.1, and that was even while passing Joseph Maldonado.
Ron is very fast. It's just how much quicker is he going to fall off? One lap isn't that bad.
No, it's not. But, and we've
But it
got
could be
damage
the
for Xavier Rain
difference.
Jr. Left side damage for the 50 car.
That probably was in the pits. There might have been some contact with someone.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine. I'm looking for somebody that might have front end. It's Kevin Moore. Kevin Moore's got left front fender damage. Wait, that doesn't
They
make any
came out
sense.
together.
They both have left side damage.
I think So that was different incidents.
Yeah, they both have left side damage, but I didn't see any contact when we were in the pits. Has there been an accident?
No.
Oh, was it possibly Elijah Innes?
Did they scrape the side of him on the way by?
I don't see anybody with right front damage or anything like that. It'll be interesting to go back and check that.
But for now, there is a 3-car to worry about who has a full head of steam.
No, the whole pack has a whole head of steam. Every car in this 6-car group is quicker than Priya McShane.
Oh, this is gonna be an 8-car battle for the win.
It is.
This is about to get crazy.
Holub has finally rejoined the race. He's back on track. Ryan Reed had a terrible pit stop. He had to completely slam on the brakes to not hit his teammate Priya McShane entering his pit stall.
It was unfortunate for the 19, or the 10, not the 19 one, we're thinking 19.
Unfortunate when teammates get in each other's way as well.
Yeah. It happens. He's still in this. He could
Xavier
still
Rain's
win it.
car struggling. with that
Madeline
damage.
Atkins.
Atkins from the back to the front. Wow. I believe she was truly last. She was true last position-wise with all the penalties.
She had
and such.
rotated to the back of the field as well because she started
Yeah.
gaining at the start and dropped
Wow.
back again.
Is there
Was
anybody
she one of the
running-
early pitters, maybe?
She was. She was a part of the 5-car group that came in the lap early.
Oh, that strategy.
Allison
seems to have
Smith
worked.
is the fastest car on the racetrack right now.
That is a rarity. Trying to awaken.
Oh, battle for
Oh.
second as they have caught Priya McShane.
And Joseph Maldonado wants to win.
That would be
Maldonado.
quite the upset to start off the season.
Maldonado did great on his junior debut as well, but just didn't have a great first season. It was all
Todd
right.
Roush!
Now he's coming together. Todd Roush. That's another rookie.
Like I said, Ford has brought a great package this weekend. We got both Reed and McShane, and now Todd Roush up at the front. And not too far back in 10th is Bobo Jones. And DJ Curtis battling up in 12th.
DJ is running a fantastic race. Where's the Shepherd
Kenny
Racing
Moma!
group?
Or Brett Moma. Brett Moma up into 12th.
Where's
wall.
the other Ford? There's that one other Ford, the Shepherd Racing.
Allison
Group
Smith in the 17th position.
That 2's got to be somewhere around here.
Maybe?
No, the 2
No, all
is
the way
not.
back. Yoss Phillips. Terrible run.
That's actually, no, 27th is about where he's expected to be.
No, but
if
he
not
was,
a little bit
he
better.
was much higher before the pit stops, though. It must have been a bad pit stop.
Bad pit stop, but he's just got to put it together. Griffin got an atrocious pit stop. He's down there with him.
Honda just not putting it together today.
This is all about Ford today.
The only real
Ford and
Hondas in the
Mazda.
mix. The only Honda in the mix is Peter Onjek, but you can't ever count him out as Maldonado has caught Priya McShane for the lead.
These are two people who showed potential last season but didn't have a chance to put it together, and now they are fighting for the win.
It's 10 laps to go this time by, and Josef Maldonado to the inside for the race lead on Priya McShane.
McShane has easily led the most laps today, but just doesn't, bad adjustment maybe. Or maybe just a good adjustment for the others.
And so I don't screw up a race win call, possibly. Is it Joseph or Joseph?
Josef Maldonado is
Joseph. All right. Iran back to the inside of Onjak.
He's not done.
Todd Roush!
is here.
Unbelievable run.
This is a debut run for both
But
him and his team.
you gotta know, he was in ASCR. They've got longer length races than in the EJS.
If anyone to have the long run pace, it would be that
Todd
38,
Roush
and
to
he
the lead
does.
with 9 laps to go. Wow, I did not have that in my expectations before pit stops.
Scott Roush is not that big of a Speedway ringer, but I think Todd is trying to look for that title today.
8 drivers under a blanket for the race lead as we come to 8 to go, and we're about to catch the wounded machine of Elijah Innes.
This is going to get interesting. Gerard Aron is here. Onjak is here.
Reed takes it 4!
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh my god, it's go time now, and Ryan Reed knows it. McShane is dropping to the back of this group.
No pace. Lost
Gerard
it all.
Aron catches Todd Roush, but he's got Peter Onjak to worry about.
And they all have to worry about Elijah Innes.
Innes is gonna get in front of
cuts
Todd
him.
Roush. What does this mean for
Uh-oh.
Gerard Aron?
Gerard's got to go for it. He's got to go.
Roush goes defensive. Aron tries to go there. Onjak gets held up by Innes.
Maldonado is back.
Aron to the bumper of Roush. Maldonado down the inside of Aron. 3 wide with Smith and Innes and Onjak. We're coming to 6 to go.
Wants it.
Joseph wants it. Aron has it. Aron has the run off the corner. He keeps second. For now.
Is he going to shut the door? He's got to shut the door.
You've got to. On entry, does he arc it in? He does.
He shuts the door. What a good defense from the 3. That's a rare thing to see, is someone to defend it like that.
He wants it bad. You know how long he's waited for this?
It has been 10 years since we've seen him debut for Trailblazer in the 99. He has not won a single race, and here he is. He's got his
Maldonado back down
chances.
inside.
But a feisty Joseph Maldonado wants this.
2 rookies in this 8-car group.
I also want to point out that Patrick Smith went from the front to the rear and back to the front.
Yes, he is one of those drivers in that club. He's one of the drivers that undercut with Gerard Aron.
This might be a debut win for both Todd Roush and the team, Atlantic Coast Incorporated.
On debut. That is 4 laps to go for Todd Roush. But
Priya
look
has
at
a-
Patrick Smith.
Priya's caught a second wind. It looks like
She's come through the middle here.
she likes the middle line now, and it's working. She's moving.
Patrick Smith is on the move though as well. He's the fastest driver of the top 5 at the moment.
This
And
is
nobody
3 to go
on
this
back.
time. Is this 3 to go this time?
Kevin Moore with that damage is up back into 9th ahead of Bobo Jones as we come to 3 to go this time by for Todd Roush.
Oh, Joseph's clear.
Maldonado's quicker. He was a 10th quicker that lap. Oran is
Gotta give it
fading.
your all, kid.
Another possibility at a win slipping from Gerard Oran's fingers right at the end.
Yep. This is Todd Roush, a rookie versus a sophomore, Joseph Maldonado.
Todd Roush, he's going to start feeling the pressure. Maldonado closes even further.
He's just got to last 2 more laps. If
They ran an even lap time that time. No ground was gained.
Any mistake out of Todd, and he's going to be there. Oh, a little lower for Joseph there.
Maldonado carries more speed through 1 and 2. We're going to come to the white flag this time by.
It's going to have to be the back straight. It's going to have to be the back straight.
It's the rookie in a Ford with Todd Roush and the seasoned veteran in a Mazda with Joseph Maldonado as they come to the white flag. 1 lap to go, and Todd Roush is under major pressure. 1 lap to go in Chicagoland.
Dig deep. You have to dig deep.
Does he dig deep into 1 and 2? He switches to a slightly higher line. He loses a bit of momentum. Maldonado not a good run off of turn 2.
There's nothing he can do.
It would take a serious error from Todd Roush to lose this race. Former AASCR driver, didn't even bother with the Junior Series last year, comes straight to PLS, and Todd Roush on debut comes from the midfield to win at Chicagoland.
Win for a new driver and a new team.
Unbelievable.
For both.
What an awesome race.
I thought Joseph was gonna get him there on the backstretch.
What an awesome race. 8 cars had a chance at that at the end.
Oh, the Ford, such a good day for rookie Ryan Reed as well.
And since we had ticker malfunctions today, I'll give a rundown of the finishing order. We got Todd Roush, Joseph Maldonado, Patrick Smith, Ryan Reed, and Gerard Oran, your top 5. Then it's Priya McShane, Peter Onjak, Cole Scott, Bobo Jones, and Kevin Moore, your top 10. And the rest of the running order is Sanford, Adkins, Curtis with an exceptional result, Xavier Rain Jr., Brian Anders, Allison Smith, Jacques Bignacco, I've got Brian Anders wrong, but he's 18th. And then it's Christopher Cox and Colton Treslin, your top 20. And what an exceptional race from the rookie Todd Roush as he has won it here in Chicagoland. First win for him as a driver and first win for Atlantic Coast as a team. We'll be seeing more of them.
The other driver got P9. It's a double top 10 on debut for the team.
They couldn't have asked for anything more, honestly.
That was a best case scenario to start out as a new team. That's exactly what you want. And along with, I think DJ Curtis was up in the top 15 as well.
DJ Curtis with a 13th place finish on debut for 504. A team that was not even expected to be fighting up in the top half of the field.
Not even expected to be fighting in the top 30.
No, but that's how experience pays off right there.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on today's race at Chicagoland?
Todd Roush is looking to make himself a threat, but also those Fords are absolutely terrifying. Ryan Reed, Priya McShane, 2 really big threats.
We didn't
now
really get to see much of Alexa Lake today. That just seemed like that team wasn't really gelling all day.
No, and that's the one experienced driver at the team.
No, there just seemed to be a lot of tripping over themselves and miscommunications, and then the awful pit stop that was about 6 seconds slower than everybody else. So,
and the other 2, the new members of the team, pick up the slack. Peter Onjak doing exactly what we expect him to do, fought in that up battle. Gerard Oran from the back to almost the win.
Man,
that's another case
of
experience.
From him. A great drive from Patrick Smith to go from the front to the back to the front again. And another exceptional drive from Madeline Adkins as well.
Yeah, Maddie Adkins at the back at one point. Brought a kind of midfield car all the way up the way she did is pretty incredible.
All right, well, that has been the Panasonic Light Series season opener for 2021 at Chicagoland. And what's the next race? Is that Talladega next?
Next race is going to be Talladega for the Light Series.
We'll see you there. Farewell.